8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? If you hear my voice, you know what that means. It's time for the Homos Talk Show right here on Verse TV. Week what? 128. I'm your boy Trobix Music representing for Harlem, but I'm in ATL right now. But it's not just about me because I've got friends in the building, of course, as we always do. So let's move it around and tell you we got in the building. Talk to me, Rocky.
Hey y'all probably remember me from way back. I done made my comeback, y'all. It's your boy Rocky Beats from Chicago. Holla, from Mouth Radio. Check it out. We coming back out. Holla.
Yes, my brother's back, y'all. Okay, cool. Awesome. And without further ado, Miss Chrissy, talk to the people.
Hey, this is Chris from Cleveland. Sorry, my dog's going off. Nice to be here.
All right, Chrissy, take care of him over there. And the last but not least, of course, Miss Jasmine. Talk to the people, Jasmine.
Hey guys, Jasmine from Houston. You can find me at Facebook, Jasmine Gerglasper, or Instagram, what do you call it? Pretty Creole Girl, or YouTube, just being Jazzy. And
come on, she got Instagram, YouTube, and all that, y'all. She got it all. All right, cool. So without further ado, if you guys watch the show, you know what we're getting ready to do. The powers that be is going to read the first topic for Homos Tea, and we're going to get right into it. Take it away, Aaron.
All right. Sharing screen. And the first topic, it's called Dave and Slim. Now, this is coming from our friend Samson McCormick at Samson McCormick's Instagram. And in response to, you know what? I'll actually go ahead and show it first because we can.
What do you say to people who think that they should remove this and that this is essentially silencing art?
Well, I think we all have the agency to decide what it is that we want to watch, and I don't understand why we are turning on his comedy specials if we know he's going to say things about the LGBTQ community. As you stated, I have been a part of our community for a long time and representing our community as a comedian for a long time. So I understand comedy a little bit differently. And people are going to say things about everybody. That's one of the great things about comedy. But now we have a choice. And I say, if you don't like what Dave is saying, then stop watching Dave and start looking at comedians who are going to talk about what you want to talk about. It's simple as that. I don't believe in canceling people.
I think that's an excellent point.
All right, and the first topic is called Dave and Slim, and it's coming from at Samson McCormick's Instagram. And in response to the passionate demand to remove Dave Chappelle's latest special from Netflix, openly same-gender loving comedian Samson McCormick intelligently says, if you don't like what Dave is saying, then don't watch Dave. Watch comedians who are gonna talk about what you want to talk about. Now, Aaron Mack notes, Dave Chappelle's comedy special is on Netflix, so it's not like you can stumble upon it while flipping channels. The situation also reminds Aaron Mack how strongly queer rights organizations went against Eminem's albums, even though, similarly, you didn't have to buy the CD. Now, the two questions. One, why is it important to fight representation that could adversely affect your community? And when should people simply let it go? And Jasmine, speaking the order, tell us the order, Jasmine.
Let me see how many was. The order will be Rocky, Troy, Chrissy, and then me.
Why is it important to fight in representation that could adversely affect your community, Rocky? Let's say it one more time. You want me to say it again? Oh, the question is, why is it important to fight representation that can adversely affect your community? You there, Rocky? Oh, you're thinking. Okay, my bad. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Press it right. We can't hear you. Come on.
You're
No.
on mute.
There we go.
Wow. Okay. Y'all see, I ain't did this in a minute. So I think it's important to fight for representations because we do exist. A lot of people don't want us to exist. A lot of people, I feel like, are still holding on them old school prejudices and you know, is their way of trying to hold us back because they don't agree with us and they don't want us to be too much and they want to control how we live our life. But we just want to live our life like you're living your life. You know what I mean? So that's what to fight for us to be able to live our lives freely as much as you guys do, then I think that's the part where you want to fight for rights. You know, because we should all be treated equal. You know, if you can do with this, then why can't we do that? You know, I understand that. When and then the next question is when can it be too much?
No, we're gonna skip over that for now. We'll come back to you. We're gonna go around real
Okay.
fast to everybody. So I'm next person up. And I'm gonna say it's definitely important because, and there's two parts to this. So listen up for both parts. But first part for me is I think it's important to fight because if someone's, everyone has the right to their opinion. Granted, especially comedians. I don't think comedians differently though because I am someone who tells jokes and have done stand-up comedy. I don't think you should take stand-up comedy too personally. Like at the end of the day, that someone went through something and they're using what they went through, what they experienced, or what they made, friends may experience, or whoever, to tell you a story. Comedians are storytellers, and in order for us to relate, they got to say some things. And so I just feel like we've always laughed at comedians for over years who told their jokes. And Eddie Murphy, before that, what is his name? With Richard Pryor.
What's
They've
his name?
always, they always told the truth, so and said what they said, and people weren't as sensitive. And so, let people be themselves and say what they're gonna say. But you gotta fight for what you believe in because if they're doing something that isn't right and you feel wronged and you feel some type of way, you stand up for it and you do what you gotta do. But I just feel like you gotta know and choose your battles. That's my biggest thing. You ain't got to fight every fight, friend. You ain't got to fight everyone. It's fine. Just understand and know that if you're gonna fight this fight, what the repercussions and everything could be, because it's ultimate. Is it worth it? Period. That's what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna move on and we get to part of two of this. But is it worth it? All right, go on, Chrissy. You go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, I agree with what you said, Troy, as far as that's concerned. It's just jokes. Like if it's not something you want to hear or if it's offensive to you, then don't listen. Just simply don't listen because everybody isn't the same and everybody has their own perception or perspective of what they think is funny. And but if it's like just hating on a group, it's a little bit different um, uh, than just saying something blatantly disrespectful. But if you are like mimicking somebody just for laughs or for kicks or whatever, and this person is a comedian, they're just trying to entertain the crowd,
Right.
and the crowd is a diverse crowd. It's a crowd of LGBTQ plus. It's a crowd of people who are not. It's a crowd of Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, and nobody's safe, honestly, when it comes to comedy. Everybody is going to be under the microscope in so to speak, because you're
Right.
making fun of people pretty much. It's just jokes, you know. But I do agree that if it's not something that's funny to you, don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's not something that should be taken personally. unless it just, of course, it's hard to do that if it hits home for anybody, because everybody is discriminated against for some reason.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Talk about it. All right. Jasmine, uh, give us your answer right to number one, part one of the question.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. I say, I don't know, yeah, don't watch it. I mean, you can do whatever, but don't do certain things you're not supposed to if you do. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the comedy, but I like funny stuff. Like everyone likes funny stuff. That's
That's true.
part of comedy or not. So I do, but
Copy.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So we got part two to this, and the question part two is, when should people simply let it go? And it starts with you, Rocky.
Oh, okay. So I guess most of y'all had answered my question, like the first part. So I was gonna go with that. So when I feel like it's not worth it, like, okay, you can't cancel everybody that's done something. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're talking about comedy. This is the part where we do have to build a tougher skin. Now, there's a difference. Everybody wants to cancel Dave Chappelle because of the comment he made, but I mean, he's not prejudiced towards the LGBTQ community. I mean, he got friends like Flame Monroe and all that stuff. So I mean, he's doing what comedians do. He's not the baby. Now we can cancel the baby all day long because he put a negative stigma and stereotype out there. There's a difference. You know what I mean? And it was an attempt to be cocky and be arrogant and to hurt people. Dave Chappelle was just saying, that sometimes it's like certain groups of people can be way too sensitive. And that's all he was saying. So, I mean, why would we go and cancel him for saying that? But none of y'all wanted to stand up and cancel Netflix for when Monique said she needed some help. You know what I mean? People, it just don't make any sense to me. But, sometimes you can't just cancel everybody along the way. I mean, it's just getting crazy. You know what I mean? You have a choice to flick that channel to another channel all day long. If you don't want to hear it, that's all. You can block it. You know what I mean? People on Facebook, you got people that you call your friends and sitting there saying worse and whatnot, but they post that shit on Facebook and you see how they really feel. But I digress.
Yes. Okay. My turn. When should you let it go? First of all, some of y'all got too much time on your hands. Ain't got too much time doing much nothing but type on computers and tell how you feel. Go in the closet, yell and scream, and let it go. You're doing too much. That's what I do. I'm not gonna say I don't believe in canceling people because I feel like there should be some people cancel, like you said, like AKA the baby for what he said and how he said it. Because I saw the video, I saw what he said. So some people need to be X, Y, and Z. But I don't believe that everybody should because they said something. I think you need to think about the time and the place and who, what, when, where, how, because that's important. Period. Christine, when should you let it go? When should you let it go?
You should let it go. First of all, I don't like to fight. I'm not about to argue about anything, especially something that I don't agree with. If I don't agree with it, I just don't. I don't have to argue. I don't have to explain or anything like that. So if I do agree with it, I don't have to argue. I don't have to explain. I just agree. Canceling somebody, if they're inciting hate, definitely I'm for that. But if not, then if they're just entertaining, that's different. Like if you totally attack a group of people because they're different from you, or because they live a different type of lifestyle from you, and you're trying to get people on your bandwagon because you just hate this, that's not okay. But the person on the receiving end, I think I'm not saying that should take it on the chin or anything like that, but you let it go when it doesn't affect your life personally. If it's not going to affect your pockets, if it's not going to affect your spirit, your divine, whoever you are, then let it go. If it's not going to create anything that you want to go back and forth with somebody who's just different or not in agreement with you, let it go, because that's just a waste of time and energy. It's a waste. Let it go.
It's said. She said it. Okay, you said that, girl. All right now. Last but not least, Miss Jasmine. When should people just simply let it go?
What's the question?
When should people simply just let it go in regards to the topic of canceling people and things like that?
Let it go. People, I think when they want, because they're going to anyway. I mean, when they've had enough, I guess, because everybody feels a little different, completely different, or the same with whatever thing. So I don't know. When it gets too much, I just say, let it go. Just let it go.
Gotcha. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Jasmine. Okay, cool. So powers that be, Sir Aaron, take it away. This is our next topic on Homo Steve. Let's talk about
All right, and our next topic is it's called Wrong Algorithm. And it's coming from our friend at Darren Green Show. And the Facebook algorithm does many things that have been harmful. It also deliberately shows its users content that they are against. Now, this makes sense because people are probably more likely to click something that provokes them. It is basic, something that they already know and agree with. There is less pull to click and see what it's about. Now, is it possible that Facebook's opposition algorithm could actually be positive and help us all be more understanding of different points of view? Also, what's the actual harm in this opposition algorithm? Two opposing questions. And the order of the answer will be Chrissy, Troy, Jasmine, Rocky.
Okay. So let me just enlarge this. So is it possible that Facebook's opposition algorithm could actually be positive and help us all be more understanding of different points of view? I do agree that that social media is divisive. From a positive standpoint, it depends on what you use it for, what you use social media for. What is your intention behind whatever you post, whatever you respond to? If your intention is positive, then yes, it's going to be a positive, experience. It can it's gonna help have some help create some insight on or just help people to have a different perspective that's not just theirs, and that can be a positive thing, in my opinion, because it doesn't have to be negative, because we have to coexist with people that are different, period. We're not all the same, so in social media, I don't really I don't really know the information as far as the whole what was the whole point behind creating social platforms in the first place. But like me personally, because I'm an entrepreneur, and I am a positive, forward-thinking person in the first place, I use it for those purposes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but the dog is not getting along with
He's
the
not
cat.
got a point of view.
But to use it, let me go upstairs. To use it for promoting your art, promoting your business, things, promoting goods and services that people actually can use and that could benefit their life. Those are all positive things that social media can be used for, without creating some type of division. So, you either like it or you don't. You like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. So that's my opinion.
Got you. Awesome, cool. So now that it's my turn, I will say that I think it is possible, and I sort of agree with you, Chrissy, when you said that, because I feel like it's important to know that you can block it. They're gonna put what they want to, even if you don't like it, like all that fighting. I don't like all that. I don't like all that foolishness. So I will block it so I don't have to see it. And I can see all the things that are positive that I want to see, because I feel like it helps us to stay in contact with people who are from all around the world. I have friends from all around the world who I stay in contact with on Facebook. So it has its positive things and what it can do. But I do feel like that algorithm stuff, it has they don't know how to really control it because it's internet. You know what I'm saying? So it creates those problems. So just start blocking it. Start blocking it, and eventually when it's blocked enough people don't see it, then guess what? You ain't gotta look at it. Okay? And so yeah, that's my answer on part one of this question. I'm not sure who's next, but Aaron said it. Who's next?
Wait, say the question again.
The question is it possible that Facebook's opposing algorithm could actually be positive and help us all be more understanding of different points of view?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely does help way more than just like everything else that makes you think about, every other basic thing that makes you think about like how to like, treat somebody different with, specific issues. I think that's a different way, but I think it's no different than, than someone teaching you about like how to do something because that's how it's done, or something, else regarding to another issue. Like, yeah, I think it's definitely great. It helps you learn like whatever in any way.
Can I add something else? Can I add something else? Are you done, Jasmine?
Yeah, that
I really, in my opinion, and this may even be sad, I don't know, because I haven't looked this up, but algorithm is advertised based. It goes based off of the types of things that you post, the types of things that you look at, the amount of time you spend looking at certain things, or entertaining, so to speak. So things are going to pop up on your timeline that the algorithm calculates would most interest you, and they're I think it's like a personality thing with people. People like what they like, they don't like what they don't like, and if it can be miscalculated because it's an algorithm. Like you might like something about something that resonates with some part of you, but doesn't completely, it doesn't completely define who you are, but it's advertisement mostly.
It is. I'm glad you said that,
So,
because people may not know that.
Yeah, like, you know, you can control it to a degree, but to some degree, there's something that's being pushed on you that you don't want. You know, like everybody experiences that. So, you know, the great thing about technology is you can keep scrolling, or you can delete it, or they give you the option to not see more advertisements like this or more posts like this, you know, and that's something to really be mindful about whenever something like this is considered. Like, people are way too sensitive about this, I think. You know, it's just we have lots of artists that coexist amongst us. We have lots of business people. We have lots of investors. We have lots of entrepreneurs. We have lots of advertisers. We have lots of people who are out here. You know, they're some people, their only agenda isn't just to get money, you know, or just to persuade you. You know, some people are just happy and want other people to be happy, so they post happy stuff. You know,
Hello. Hey,
you
Fred.
feel me?
Exactly.
Like, it's not even something that anyone should take personally, because it's something that's happening on the outside of you anyway. And people shouldn't be so sensitive to that unless it's directly affecting the people that they love, or, you know, like their inner circle or whatever, you know. Like, it's not really, like, it's deep, but it's not that deep. Like, if you're very self-aware, it's really not.
That's true. Come on, you being the pastor preacher today. We're going to need some money in a minute. You better calm down. Rocky, talk to us. The question is it possible that Facebook's opposition algorithm could actually be positive and help us all and be more understanding of different points of views?
So the funny thing is, I was thinking about like so many things that pop up on Facebook, even like memes. I love memes. That I guess I'm one of those people that love memes that kind of support my thought process sometimes. I'm tell you why. It's because when I say shit, I feel like, oh, here y'all get me going now. But when I want to say something,
Rocky go live on y'all ass.
I've always felt like maybe I don't want to express it that way, because I know if I expressed it maybe in that anger or whatever, some stuff, you know, I'll be like, oh, you know what, I resonated with that. But then some stuff that I just be like, this came from a place of hurt. This stuff came from, you know what I mean, some negative stuff. And I mean, and sometimes I'm not sharing things too. But I think that it does show how people truly feel, but there's certain stuff that you have to also be aware that you are sharing, because you may put it out there for the intent to represent this, and somebody else may get the wrong idea. Like, I'll give you a prime example. During the pandemic, at one time, there was like the black against white and cultures against cultures and stuff. So there were some people that was sharing some stuff, and it was just like, damn, that's how you truly feel. Okay. I was one time where a friend of mine had reposted something, and the post was a prejudice post. Let's call it what it is. But she had resonated with something in that it's like, okay, I understood what she was talking about, but I had to reach out to her. I'm just like, that's not how you truly feel, because how the post read is, it was read to be like this. And then she explained why she shared it. And I'm just like, no, you don't want to give that. So, you know, so you kind of got to be aware. But I mean, there's also the power of hiding things. You can keep somebody on your friend list and just hide their post. You don't have to see it. You know, certain stuff that pop up that you don't even want to see. You know what I mean? You can block it, you can hide it. You know, people going to express how they feel, but it's just watch what you reuse or repost, because that may not be the intent.
What you really feel. Gotcha. That's
You see
important.
what
So
I'm
y'all out there
saying?
listening,
Doesn't make
hopefully
it
y'all heard that.
less than the real place it's coming from. It's still a real place, no
It's still a
matter
real
how,
place.
you know,
Yep.
no
Because
matter
if
what
there
Hope
was a
who
y'all.
post that
agrees or
said, if there was
disagrees.
a post that said "fuck all users,"
Hmm.
I would have reposted that because I felt that way. You
Yeah,
know,
but
we've all
sometimes you
had
just gotta. I think it's important to understand and know that what there's power in what you just said. We repost things, and then if we don't understand the full intent of it, but we repost some of the just of how it feels, and we don't know the deepness of it, we could affect people around us who we care about. So pay attention to that. And the part two of this is this: what's the actual harm in this algorithm? And it starts with you, question. What's the actual harm in it?
the actual. You're asking me,
No, it's Chrissy. Chrissy's
Chris. Okay.
first.
What
What's the
was the
actual harm
question?
in the algorithm? What's the actual harm in this algorithm?
What you just said. You know, I don't think that most people, even if it's in a passive aggressive way, like posting stuff, how you feel or what you think or whatever, that's your energy. So you're intentionally posting something that is yours or that you agree with or that
Mm-hmm.
is making you think about whatever, or that you like. I mean, it may not even be as complex as a thought or a feeling can be. Sometimes it is funny. Like sometimes it is true, or or not, maybe not. Sometimes it is something that you want to bring to somebody's attention that is in your life, and so you post
Right,
it.
right.
And a lot, and this is what I think the whole issue is, like how it's, your intention behind the use is really what's important, the use of social media. If you stay
Right.
focused on one thing like your art, or like, but we can't, as especially artists, we can't do that because we have to bring light to what we feel and what we think. That's why we write songs, that's why we sing them, that's why we perform, that's why we do the things that we do to bring attention to certain issues in life that everybody's not always going to be in agreement with. But it's okay to have a conversation about it. It's okay to incite a conversation, as long
Mhm.
as it's not a hateful. It's okay to have differences, you know, and 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 you know and, and not be so abrasive with. I've been accused of being aggressive, and I know that I am. I'm pretty assertive about how I feel or what I think or whatever, but I don't always express those things because it's just not sometimes it just doesn't create anything good. So and that's just not the vibration I ever want to be on, to create something bad or negative, because I don't hate on nobody. You're allowed to like what you like. You're allowed to. You're allowed to love what you love. You're allowed to do whatever it is that makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long
Right.
as you're not hurting yourself, you know. And
I feel you. I feel you on that.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay now. So I think it's my turn. So I forgot my bad. What's the actual harm of this algorithm? I feel like it ain't showing my shit to the people that need to see it. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel about
yeah,
Instagram and
pretty
Facebook. God damn it.
much. Plain
Let
and
my
simple.
people, if they my friend, let them see it. Why I got to go through the motions and all that for them to see my stuff? Come on, you try to just because I don't spend no money unless I need to pay for an ad. See, that's how I do. You don't spend no money, y'all want to do us like that. Start showing my stuff to the people. It's harmful because the people that need to see it ain't seeing it. Let them see my stuff. Sorry, I have to go there.
Right, and then an opinion
John,
wouldn't matter. I mean,
sorry.
it would matter,
Okay, I'm
but
back.
it wouldn't even, like, it wouldn't be negative actually,
I
because
just feel like
people.
if they saw it, they would understand and know. You know what I'm saying? Because Instagram is my main source of where I put most of my stuff. And from there, I do Facebook, share, Twitter, all that stuff. Let people see my stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Go on, Jasmine. The last part of this is why is the actual harm What's the actual harm in the algorithm of Facebook? Jasmine, talk to me.
I don't see any harm yet per se. I don't personally see anything yet I can think of. So nothing there.
Got you. Okay, cool. No problem. Awesome. Quick and sweet. Get to it. All right, cool. That's why you said Rocky. Talk to us. What's the actual harm in this algorithm? If there is a harm, Jasmine says she don't feel like there's harm. So do you do?
The
What do
actual
you think?
harm of it, I would think of is, like I said before, the intent of the post, the intent of the meme. Because you can have so many people be like, oh yeah, I'm your friend, I support you, all this other stuff, and then they want to repost something that could literally hit home and you know what I mean, and it's kind of like, okay, are you really truly there for me or whatever? My favorite ones are like, when they show you, they tell you about being the nice person, you give all yourself to somebody and they end up doing some bogus shit to you, and then they act like you in the wrong. That's my favorite post. I don't know how they said it, but that's my favorite post. Because some people need to know that stop playing victim on Facebook and stop acting like y'all was the ones that was hurt by somebody's reaction when you were the ones that actually started off doing that crap to people. Stop it. Go get you some mental health therapy. Hell, no, I'm saying.
Come on, you better talk about it. Don't start nobody today, okay? Calm down.
Black people,
Take a
we
deep breath.
need
I see the
therapy.
fire coming out your ear.
Right. Y'all love
No, I do
Dr.
agree
Bill.
with
Where
that.
are y'all?
I do agree with that. And just know that there are, depending on where you live, there are some. There's something out there. Google it. Free therapy that was for black men. Actually, I had a link for black men. Free therapy for black men. Some of this, there's ways and things around it, depending on your insurance too. If you need it, get it. It's out there. Okay.
Go
I'm just
get
saying.
it.
I'm becoming a certified substance and abuse coach, and I'll be done in about 5 more months. So I'm able to help my people out here that need help because this is real life out here in the streets.
It is.
And so we're getting ready to move right along to it. So that was a homos tea, y'all. So we always have the homos tea, and we have the main topic of the day, which is 2 of them. One is the metaphoric cross, but before we get to that, we got the homos availability. So before we get moving, if you are watching us live right now, we're getting ready to turn it live off. After we just give you a teaser about what we're getting ready to talk about. But if you want to know more about what we're doing, you have to go to our Facebook, got to go to our Instagram, have to go to our YouTube at Verse without the E. TEANNV at the end of it, Adverse TV on everything, so you can tune in and know more about what we're doing. But now we turn the cameras off after we tell you what we're talking about. So without further ado, let's get to it and let the people know what we're talking about so that they can go to our YouTube and check us out.
Damn, you are sexy. How's it going, man?
Oh, sorry, bro. I'm straight. Got to go.
Yo, I know that sound. Yo, you are very handsome. Damn, can I get your number?
Nah, you ain't for me, man.
Oh, I'm not for you? All right. I don't want your number anyways.
God damn, what's good, bro? You trying to chill or what?
Oh, I'm actually in a relationship, but thank you.
Yo, let me make you forget about it. Hold up.
Yo, hey.
Okay, but I'll go ahead and read it.
I actually have a boyfriend, but you're very cute. But thank you, though.
Something happened.
Oh,
the next topic, and the next topic.
Video, and it's on.
Here we go. I see it.
I have a boyfriend, yeah.
See, like big boys too? We can get him in here. Come on.
Oh, shit,
Give him a
baby,
call. Give him a call.
babe, yeah.
Come on,
He's actually
wait,
calling me. He's calling me, though, but thank you.
Gotcha. Sorry, it was on a different screen. It doesn't show.
Right. And the first this topic is the homo's availability. And it's coming from @Gay Magazine's Instagram. Now, why does it sometimes seem that when you're single, it's harder to come across interested people romantically? Now, but when you are in a relationship, interested people are everywhere desiring you romantically. Now, exactly how might someone be moving differently that is now suddenly more attractive? And why? And I'm turning off the live.
And what's the